Want to see my stomach, click off this video because I'm going to show you the real raw and my healing process 2 weeks after my surgery. So what is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hey girl, hey. So as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing my 2-week post-op about having surgery on ovarian cysts. I also want to talk about the things that led me up until this point because I didn't talk about it. And like I said, if you are new to this channel, I will post the links to my other videos of my surgery day because I did record that, and a few days after that, how I was feeling and things to that sort. I want to start off talking about what actually led me up to this point. So I've been dealing with heavy periods, painful intercourse, and painful periods more than usual. I would say for the last 5 or 6 years, I would say, just the estimate. So like my period cramps weren't like how it was before, and I know with age, things in your body changes. With weight, things in your body changes. I was dealing with things like that, and when I was on my cycle, like when I would use the restroom, like pee or whatever, it will be even more painful. It felt like a sensation like I had to push something out. I've been to the hospital, I've gotten ultrasounds and stuff like that, and I know when you go to the emergency room, they try to get you in and out real quickly. I've had doctors tell me, a male doctor tell me that he doesn't know the reason why I have the pain that I'm having. He's not experienced with periods and stuff like that. So it was just like, you're gonna have to go to your regular doctor or a doctor to go to see an OB or something like that. I really didn't understand it. So I was like, okay, whatever. And I would say when I was about 18 is when I started having cycles that didn't come. I started missing periods. So the first time that I experienced missing a period, but I wasn't having period like hard pains and cramps at that time, it was just my first time missing a period. So I missed it for a whole month, and then when it did come on, I was on it for a whole month. It was very heavy, but it wasn't painful. You know, I was a teenager, it was like regular to me. But once I started to get older, years down the line, it started to stay the same, heavy periods. It was the same amount of days, or sometimes I will bleed in between periods, and they started to be more painful. So fast forward to another time that I went to the emergency room. At this time, I was having that problem where I didn't have my period for a full 30 days. So what they told me was that they seen a cyst. It was small, it was 2 centimeters, but they can also see on the test, this is what I was told, they also can see on the ultrasound that the period that was coming up, they can tell it was backed up. So I was going to have a heavy period, and the cyst was supposed to pass. 2 years passed. I'm still going through the same thing. I'm still feeling the same way. And I also was kind of scared to go to the doctor as well. And this is why it's important for me to talk about this, because I'm sure it's a lot of other people that were feeling the same way that I was feeling, because you don't know what's going on, but you know something is wrong and is abnormal. For me, in my case, I neglected myself when it came to that. I would go and I would hear something, and then it will frighten me. You know, I'm thinking about things that run in my family, cancer, ovarian cancer, different people having hysterectomies and things like that. So it kind of made me scared not to continue to find the root issue of the problem. So like I said, it's very important for me to talk about this and bring awareness to it, because we as women need to take care of our bodies. And in the midst of that, I've suffered from miscarriages as well between those years. So I came to the point with myself in the field that I work in that I care for others, and I have to make sure that I'm good. So I told myself I gotta stick to it no matter what, to take care of myself first. So with that being said, I finally found a doctor that was telling me about endometriosis. And when they said surgery, I didn't want to do it. So I was like, I'm gonna wait a little bit. I don't have the help that I need right now. I'm gonna wait a few more years go by. Like I told y'all, this is an estimate of 5 or 6 years. It may have been longer than that, to be quite honest. So fast forward to now, I got another ultrasound. I was told that I had a cyst, so I'm not sure if it's the cyst from some years ago that the doctor told me was going to pass, and it didn't. But this cyst that I had removed now is called a dermoid. I believe I'm pronouncing it right, a dermoid cyst. And it can have like skin cells, hair, teeth, I believe nails and stuff like that. So for sure, I know that I have a cyst. The doctor that I went to in the past told me I have the symptoms of endometriosis. The current doctor that I'm going through now that just did my surgery told me that I have the symptoms of endometriosis, but it cannot be confirmed until they actually go in and look around. I went through all the tests I needed to go through for my pre-op before surgery, and I found out after surgery I was told that I didn't have endometriosis, but the cyst, they removed the cyst and it was larger than what they thought it was. So they told me that it was the size of a small lime, but the size of purple grape. I don't know, the biggest grape that they had, about 4 centimeters. I was told from my doctor that the tip of your finger is like 1 centimeter. I was happy to hear that I didn't have endometriosis. And since I'm only 2 weeks post-op now, I don't know what would change if I still feel it. I haven't had a period yet. But they did tell me to expect right after having surgery, my next few periods is not gonna feel like I have any difference. It's gonna feel the same. So I also was told that when you do have cysts, it is a high chance of them coming back. Don't know the reason why some cysts come. It's unexplainable with medicine. I know it's science and stuff like that, but you do have a high chance of growing cysts back, which of course I don't want to hear that. And when it gets to a certain size, they recommend it to be removed. I still have, a long way to go. I have to wait it out and see if it's going to help me with miscarriages, if I'm still going to have the pain that I had when I'm on my cycle and I'm using a restroom with intercourse and things like that. And I was told from my doctor, it is other organs that they cannot look in, the OB can't look in. If I still do have the same problems, they would have to take a look at my bladder, other places, because it can be other things that you have. So I want to talk about the instructions that they told me for after surgery. I can't take a bath. I haven't taken a bath. I've taken showers. I can't be submerged in the water until my incisions fully heal all the way up. I can't lift heavy objects for up to 6 weeks. I can't get on exercise equipment. I can't go to the gym until my doctor says that it's okay for me to do that. So I do have another appointment coming up and we're going to talk about all that stuff. But as far as like eating different things and things like that, I still can keep my regular diet and just to not do like anything overboard, and especially with like lifting, your normal things. And I think for me, that was like the hardest thing, is like lifting a case of water or stuff like that is not recommended to do after you have surgery. I want to say for myself what I experienced. I had a lot of gas. I believe that they, when they open you up, air goes in your body, and I believe for them to be able to see what they need to see, they also pump air in your body. So dealing with gas after surgery was the worst for me. With the medication that they give you, it also makes you constipated. So I would recommend prune juice, some gas relief, Gas X, some carbonated water, and some stool softeners, because that gas is no joke at all. It's no joke. And the way that it feels, it doesn't even feel like it's air in your body. Like it's hard to explain, but I experienced it in my shoulder, in my rib. I couldn't lay on my back. And of course I just had the surgery, so I can't lay on my stomach. So I was laying on my side. So laying on this side, even though it was hurting, was the most comfortable position for me. And then the gas moved to my stomach, and then it moved to my chest. The chest was the worst, so I would recommend like stretching. I looked up yoga stretches that I can do to relieve gas pain and stuff like that, because it is very, very painful, you guys. Also, I experienced like foggy thoughts from the anesthesia, and I also read on that the side effects or different things you can experience. Some people, it'll go away within a few hours after surgery or a few days. Some, it can last for weeks and to a few months after you have surgery. So my thoughts were like really foggy. I knew what I was thinking about. You know, I could be talking and then I'm forgetting what I'm talking about and stuff like that. So they asked before surgery, do I have any allergies or any reactions to anesthesia? But it was nothing that I knew of. I believe that I had side effects from that because it was like, I didn't feel like my normal self, my regular self. And it's expected when you have surgery. So I would say be mindful of that as well. I am going to show you guys my stomach. My cyst was on my left ovary. I still, even though it's 2 weeks and 2 days after my surgery, I'm still numb on that side. It's still numb at the bottom of my stomach. I cannot feel anything, which is something that I'm going to discuss with my doctor as well. But y'all, I really wanted to make a video about this because our health is important. Like, and I want to spread awareness about it because sometimes when you let things linger on for too long, you can be in a worse situation. Like I said, for me, it was scary because mother was diagnosed with ovarian cancer a few years ago. I have cancer in my family, different types of cancer. I just wanted to let you guys know I was afraid, and I know how it feels to be afraid. And also I did research, so I wanted to make a video you know, to put out there, so if anybody is researching this themselves, they can actually look at other people who's already been through it and you know what to expect. My belly button is the worst. One is still hard in there, and I did have my gallbladder removed in the past, so I do have, I'm sure, scar tissue because they went through here with that surgery. I think it's healing up. The scabs is kind of coming off. It's very itchy. I was recommended not to put anything on there. But it's really, this part is hard, but this one still kind of hurts. So, and then I have one here and one here and one there. Oh, it was on this side at the bottom, and I can't feel anything on this side, you guys. It's numb. Excuse me if I'm showing y'all too much information, but I just wanted to show you guys. I hope this video helped anyone that maybe is going through surgery or wanted to know a little bit more about it or my experience. If you do have a surgery coming up, I pray for you. I pray that everything goes well, and I really want to be an advocate for that. We have to make sure we take care of our bodies, y'all. When I was so embarrassed to tell, when my doctors asked, well, how long have you been dealing with this? I was so embarrassed to say how many years I've actually been dealing with it. And I just had to come to grips with, I neglected myself. Like, that's period, point blank. Is no way around it. I am doing it now, so that's what's important. So I don't want you guys to feel bad or anything like that if you're going through the same thing that I'm going through, but please make sure that you go and take care of it. I understand it's a scary situation. I also would advise that you guys stay on it. If you need to get a second opinion from somebody else, then do that. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified of all of your girls' uploads. Hey girl, hey, and I will see y'all in another one.
I had to let you know you're mine.